Scorpio, what is up with you? Let's kick in with your reading and see what is going on. First of all, I hope you are safe and that you are doing good under every circumstances that are going on right now. We're going to go a little bit deep as usual and see what is going on around you, what you don't see coming, what your energy is, and what the outcome is. Okay, so let's go deep into this reading. What is going on around you? What you don't see coming? What is happening? Okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles. Comes out in the reversed. Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck is a Ten of Swords. It almost feels like someone that you actually ended things with wants to actually cooperate with you, and finally they're coming in with like empathy, right? Like they understand why you felt jaded, why you felt hurt, why you felt betrayed in a sense, right? And that's what I'm getting. Yeah, Seven of Swords is here. So you're dealing with someone here that may have had some sort of double standards or something hidden from you. However, I think whether they do speak up about it or not, like the way that they would communicate with you is just like, hey, how are you? It's been a long time. They're not yet revealing all that they feel, but I do feel like this is someone that either feels remorse or they have some, they still love you and care for you. They still have like a very deep emotional tie with you, okay? You can expect a lot of communication coming in from this person, even though they may have separated themselves or they kind of like, took some sort of distance. If they're not, they're waiting for you to communicate. Okay, like this is someone that's waiting for some communication to drop. Let's see what is your energy. Okay, this is nice. You got the Temperance card with the Queen of Pentacles. This actually shows me that you are taking care of the things that were out of balance in your life, right? Like maybe you were a little behind on a specific area in your life. And since this person kind of like detached themselves, you started to put more focus on that. Now that could be like you taking care of your diet, you taking care of your going to the gym, or your finances, focusing on your career, focusing on something that was actually out of alignment or out of proportion, right? That's what the balance is talking about. Like the Temperance card talks about like moderating things in your life. So yes, Scorpio, I do see you really being very serious with yourself and with your future, not allowing others or situations to distract you as you used to. However, you do have the Eight of Swords. So that means that this person is still in a loop inside your head. You're still thinking about them constantly. You may also even question yourself or question what you did. What else? Ten of Wands and a Ten of Pentacles. I feel here that there is something specific that you know that you need to pay attention to in your life, that you decide willingly to not pay attention to. When we sometimes try to distract ourselves, distract our mind, or distract taking a decision on a situation. And I feel like the more that you try to do that, the more you start to notice that you feel heavier and heavier and heavier as day goes by. So you don't feel like the ultimate relief, as if something is not finished yet. Yeah, like there is an unfinished business within you. Now, for some of you Scorpions, I also get the feeling that it has to do with your legacy, with your ancestral legacy. So it has also to do with your ancestral legacy. So that means that maybe there has been a secret in the family, right? Like, or a secret within your ancestral lineage, something that you have to kind of like look into, dive into, something that you've actually been like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to deal with that. energy, right? And this could be something that's way old, right? But it's coming to your door plate for like door plate. Is that even the word? It comes to your door for a reason. Okay, we got the high priestess here. So that means that either you are repeating some sort of a karmic cycle that you have to look into that actually comes from, could be your parents, but it could also be from generations before. And it's like, despite the fact that you don't want to see it, it's like it's time, spirit is saying like it's time for you to really dive into the ancestral language and your history and your heritage, right? Like that's something that you've made. And it's so crazy because this is Scorpio reading, like for God's sake, that is all what you also stand for, is that ancestral old language. And once you do the real healing of your ancestral language, you will see the weaknesses, the strengths, and change things within your own generation or within your own self, so the next generations don't have to deal with it. So breaking a generational pattern. Now, that could be a lot of things. Like, don't even get me started with that. Like, this, I've done this for years and years and years. And even though I don't always talk about it, because I keep a lot of things like personal to my own story and language, yet it is something that is very important. Okay. Like, I have like, oh my God, so deep. Like I literally, it took me a week because everything that just happened this week, or exactly the 28th, which I actually told you guys is an urgent message. Please watch. It won't happen till 2040. And I'm sure. Please go watch that video. It has triggered so much trauma and so much generational wounds for healing, and it took me quite a lot of days. Like I've been in my mind, in my head, trying to make sense of a lot of things and put like the puzzles to the pieces, and I just couldn't come up and speak about it because it has such a deep impact on me as an individual, right? Just too deep, like way too deep. Like that's what the high priestess. And once you really acknowledge who you are, where you're coming from, and what actually, makes you who you are, and act in a sensitive way, you can actually find all the knowledge from that pain and from that survival. Wow, that's so deep. I can't even start with the depth, but yeah, I see that you're going through it, or you're going to go through it. If this is sounding like it doesn't make sense to you now, it sure is going to make sense, because it's something that's been on your mind for a long time. I actually want to tell you a specific story that it's not related to my personal story, but I remember I had met a guy at a festival, and I was like really in my illuminator mood, right? So I suddenly start to talk, and then I start to talk about his ancestors, and I said like, your grandpa is like the king of an empire, and like his friend and he just looked at me like, what did you just say? I said, yeah, you've been trying to avoid looking into that depth and into the history, because you don't want to associate yourself with someone that was actually doing horrible things, right? And yet you kept on hearing all the rumors, and you're actually afraid that you are actually a grandchild. And he just like was completely like, what? How did you know that? I said, I can feel it, and he's around you, and he really encourages you to also see like the good things, or to acknowledge that he was your grandpa. And they were like super shocked of that. You see, and that's exactly how I got this message when I saw it. It's like the deep inner knowing and knowledge of your history, and like your family language, but not wanting to see it, because that would only give you more guilt or heaviness, or needing to resolve a trauma. But see, you have to do these things in order to go through a higher consciousness and healing. Gosh, because Five of Pentacles, that's why you may feel sometimes the outcasted, or you may feel like not belonging somewhere, because you may have yourself actually not wanted to belong to a specific energy. You get my point? So what happens is that if you reject something without the full acceptance of it, one can never truly heal it. So what happens when you don't heal it is you will keep on attracting the same type of energy until you actually accept something and you go through that healing. Wow. See, the Four of Wands is like the outcome card. So this actually talks about you finally finding that peace and happiness within the family. So your family has a lot to do with how you truly feel. And once we have like conflict or debates or, you know, avoiding seeing the truth, then we can't really have that peaceful stability. And that starts with actually your language, right? And your family and your household. So there is something that's very deep here that needs to be rooted. Okay, I'm getting roots. Roots are very important. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is like questioning, okay? Like going into asking the right questions in order to find the truth, analyzing, reading. And I've been through that situation too. So trust me, if you only knew, like I could talk for a long time. Like I've been through what I'm sensing within you. Trust me, not even a long time ago. Self-sabotage. First, you need to believe you are worthy. Like, look at that. The self-sabotage. This is the dark and this is the light. They're split in two. Wow. In order to transform, one must let go of that self-sabotaging energy. We got passion, Kundalini rising, and things are hotting up. Okay, so on the lighter scales, we do have a lot of heated energy coming towards you. So the summer could be like a summer where you really can dive into your own passion, whether that is also in love or relationship, whatever it is. But it is all about you expressing your light and your desires without self-sabotaging yourself. So what that could mean in this context, for example, is that there could be some sort of self-sabotaging thought to not be able to express yourself and your sensuality, perhaps, or your passion. Okay, like this could be like even like your intimate passion, right? Like there is something that's sabotaging you due to you not accepting or healing something that is self-sabotaging you. Overcoming difficulties. Yes, the worst is now behind you and you are surmounting any previous challenges. Whew. So yeah, you're getting on top of that mountain. Keep on climbing, because you know what they say, after every mountain, there is another one. So once you reach the top of one mountain, there is always another mountain to come. So keep on striving, keep on climbing, and show up with courage. That's what I have for you, my lovely Scorpions. That's like some deep spiritual readings, and I hope that this made sense to you. I know it did to me, but I hope you can confirm your part of the story. And also, don't forget to drop a like and comment, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. So I hope you are safe. I'm sending you all love and light. Take care.